I think the most important skill that I wish I had learned more when I was younger is probably communication. You probably heard that a bunch from other places, but it really does help in life. It helps with family, just talking to them, or finding a job, or creating a communicational circle that can help you with work-related things, or just in friends in general. When I was younger, I didn't view communication as important because most of my friendships ended in like a year or two, and I thought my skills would get me by. And the reason for the 1 to 2 years is because either I moved or they moved because of work. Seeing that's how the military is. So it's not really my fault, but my view on that, probably not the best. Communication is very important. You need to be able to portray what your thoughts and feelings in a meaningful way. You don't want people to misinterpret things. People will misinterpret it anyway, but you want to at least put your best foot forward in a way. And it's kind of funny saying that communication is probably my weakest point, and I want to do VTubing. And there's a lot of aspects of VTubing that aren't so swell, about people using people to get higher and stuff like that, which happens in all parts of life. But I think also the issue with modern technology is that a lot of communicational aspects are lost in text in general. Communication is portrayed through voice and also body language, which you'll lose if you're just texting. You don't get the body gesture, face gestures, stuff like that. It's just lost, and over time you can just lose the ability to understand body gestures and stuff like that. Other aspects also is lost, like sarcasm, which I love to use sometimes. But most importantly is just improving your communication, not to get misinterpreted or say the wrong thing at the wrong time. Because my brothers have said, or at least one of my brothers have said something really odd before, and everybody just had to stare at him. It's like, really? But from a quote from real life is that there's no right answer for getting it wrong. Different people require different answers, so some ways you have to talk to people differently, and then some people will never like what you say in general, so you shouldn't work up too much about it because not everybody's going to like you, even if you try. And I wouldn't really want to focus on trying to please everyone at this point, because that's too much effort overall. Time and effort you could just spend on doing anything else at this point. Every part of communication. But people will even see things differently anyway, so. And then the communication part is just the fact of reaching out to people is something you want to try to do to improve your communicational skills and spread farther in the things you want to do, because communication helps in learning new things and meeting new people, so especially in VTubing, which I need to work more on instead of playing games and talking to the void or my subscribers or whoever else is watching this video. But I think another aspect of me not trying so much on communication is I was probably slightly afraid of what people thought of me. And I don't really want to say the wrong thing, and by default, not saying anything in some ways is not very good, but very safe to pick. But practicing and trying is always the best way forward. And I quote from Accelerated World from Kirohime, if I said her name right, is no need to be afraid of the end because the world is infinite. So even if you mess up talking to someone, you can try to fix it, but there's a lot of people in the world, so you shouldn't worry too much. Like, there's like an endless amount of people online, no matter what. So you can always find where you want to be, wherever you end up, which is nice and good at the end. And like other communicational skills can also help you in video games, which is probably very important in the multiplayer games. Saying that I've played a few multiplayer games with people, and I think the worst one is League. If you don't know what League is, it's a MOBA. And been a few voice calls that nobody said anything the whole entire time. And they complained that somebody's lane mate has left their lane to kill them. And it's like, why didn't you ping? And they end up they did ping, but in a voice call, you could just tell them that they left. You don't have to ping it. Especially if you're like in a 5-stack, which I never get. Like other games like Phasmophobia or Lethal Company, people talk more because it's far more important, I guess. Or it just has a different level of engagement. Because mobiles, you have to focus on so many things, and I guess communication is last for some reason when it should be higher up in priority list, but I guess most people play by themselves half the time or expect something else, which creating networks and everything else would really help farther in life. I think I might be somewhere else if I improved my communicational skills, get to know people more, probably landed me a better job somewhere else, or not really sure. Just being able to communicate your thoughts to somebody is always nice and helps in many ways mentally. Just being able to tell somebody something and creating friends and so on. But I think that's all I want to talk about this, but I'll leave you with one last thing, is that from a quote from Life from Hirashiro, I think is her name. I've been smiling in hopes that we could be friends, so I'll leave off with that. If you want to check me out, you can subscribe, or you can just check out my live stream what I have posted regularly. So until next time, see ya.